SLG. Do you have a NetLogger session open? I'm curious because earlier today someone said they had opened one and nobody could find it.
Well, I'm glad you said something because I'm just happily logging people and haven't started NetLogger. I'm going to do that right now.
Whew. All right, thanks, dude. Yeah, sorry to jump in there, but okay, good. I can't remember what, it was the 6-meter net this afternoon. John said that he was doing everything, but nothing was out there. I see you now. Thanks, Ben. K3 NBC, Katie, this LG clear.
I don't know if I'm checked in yet, but I'd like to be. KD8EPC. Good evening.
Yep, Dustin got you on the list. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark. Good to see you out there. KD8EPC standing by.
Alpha India 5 Quebec, checking in and out. Had a long day, going to bed.
Let me read back a few of these names and numbers. I'm sure I've got at least 2 of them wrong. So let's see. I've got KD8SLG Nick and KD8EPC. We've already spoken with you 2. I tossed in a WB4AIZ Chuck. Didn't know if you wanted to talk or not. Just let me know if you don't. Here's the ones I'm kind of concerned about not having the right call signs for. KA8LYJ. NT8D, K7VAN, K5CFY, Ray, and AI5Q, Jairus. I do have you marked as in and out.
K3NBC, KJ5MCV.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, WV3K. No traffic. Have a great net. Kilo Yankee 4, November Bravo, KY4NB, Scott Memphis, please add us to the list. Thanks.
Station in Memphis, I was writing something down. Could you please repeat your call sign?
Kilo Yankee 4, November Bravo. Kilo Yankee 4, November Bravo. Go by Scott. Kevin will come up in QRZ. Thank you.
Gotcha, Scott. I recognized the voice. Didn't quite know the call sign.
W8WKY.
Sounds like my girl got lost in the wash. Go.
Well, this is K3NBC. I didn't even hear her talk. I think you're correct. Well, let's get this thing started. QST, welcome to the BeaconNet pre-show. The BeaconNet is sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association here on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone 114.8. We light up the nighttime airwaves every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Houston and Tulsa time. This is the pre-show, and I'm our pre-net control operator, Kilo 3 Mike Bravo Charlie, K3NBC. I'm here to take early check-ins and ins and outs before I hand it off to Nick at Nite, KE8QKO. This is a controlled net, and we ask that all traffic pass through net control.
Whiskey 5, Sierra Whiskey Golf, W5SWG, Scott in Waco, Texas.
Thank you. I got you down. Let me finish up here. Before we open up the floodgates, we're going to do the Mickey Mouse roll call with tonight's BeaconNet control team. KE8QKO, our wonderful net control operator. Nick, are you there?
K3NBC, KE8QKO, yes sir, I'm here, standing by. Missed hearing Nick's girl. I'm guessing maybe he's getting too lenient, letting her wander away from the radio. So, I don't know. You need to fix that, Nick. You need to fix that. Anyway, yeah, that's it. That's what I've got going on. I'll be standing by for the start of the night, and I'll pass it back to you, Mark. KE8QKO.
Yes, sir. KJ5MCV with tonight's main trivia. Ryan, are you with us?
K3NBC, it's KJ5MCV. Nick at Nite, did you hear that? Wonderful NCO operator. I love it. I'm here. I'm listening. I'm going to hang out. We're going to have a good time. I got a doozy for you, as usual. Talk to you soon, brother. Sounding great. Doing great. Virtual pat on the butt coming your way. KJ5MCV, back to net control.
Thank you, Ryan. Next on the list, KI5DAY. Alan, do you have a good alt trivia for us tonight?
Hey, sorry, I just walked in and just came into the room and I just turned on my radio and connected back to the 49562 machine. Yeah, I have alt trivia. So I got here just as you were calling me, so that was perfect timing. But yeah, we'll be standing by with some alt trivia, KI5DAY.
All righty, that sounds great. Let's go back to see where I left off at, previously reading off our check-ins. I'll just jump back to the top of the list, so make sure if anybody wants to correct any of the many errors I have probably made. So top of the list is KD8SLG, Nick, KD8EPC, Dustin, WV4AIZ, Chuck is an in and out, K8LYJ, Robert, NTAT, David, K7VAN, Brian is an in and out, K5CFY, Ray got you on the list, AI5Q, Jairus is an in and out, WV3K, Phil, KY4NB, Scott, KG8DK, Kevin, KI5TAQ, Taco Tim, and somebody kind of cut in the middle of my open, and I think I got the call sign correct or incorrect. I may have it wrong. W5SWL David. Like I said, I'm not sure if that's right. If that's wrong, please let me know.
Well, first of all, let me apologize. It's been about 2 years since I get involved in this net, and I got getting up a little later in the morning than I normally do because I got to go for a chemo treatment in the morning. But I told a buddy of mine earlier, I was like, I'm gonna stay up for the trivia net tonight. It's been about 2 years since I've been in there. But it was Whiskey 5 Sierra Whiskey Golf, W5SWG, Scott in Waco, Texas. And I apologize for jumping in there early.
Got you on the list, Scott. No worries, no worries. This is kind of a loosely controlled fun net. I actually had kind of a long pause as I was letting the repeater release, so no worries at all. Let's see, I just added KE8ETU. Tim, got you on the list. And just about to add KE8QFT Uncle Fred. Got you on the list. Let me do that right now. KE.
I think you may have a mistake. It's KF8ETU, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Tango Uniform. Name is Adam, Alpha Delta Alpha Mike.
Alrighty, I'm going to correct that shortly. I see my mistake. Let's pick up any more folks that like to do an early check-in. Any early check-ins for the Beacon Net? Please come now.
Kilo Charlie 8, Lima Yankee Golf, KC8 LYG, Rick and Maslin.
November 8th,
This is November
Mike Yankee, N8YMY, John Waynesburg. I'll be in and out.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor. Kevin in Valley Springs, California. In and out, no traffic. God bless 73 and Maranatha. Oh, except double D's, Delta and Delta.
Thank you, sir. And if you're still there, the one that checked in just before RevKev there, could you please repeat your call sign? I did not get the complete call sign. Sounded like somebody started a double with you.
Well, I believe that was me. November 8, Yankee, Mike Yankee.
Alrighty, let me repeat that one more time just to make sure. November 8, Mike Yankee, Mike? Sorry, got my tongue tangled. I'm doing 5 things here at once. So could you please repeat one more time? I'll get this right.
No problem. It's November 8, Yankee, Mike Yankee, N8YMY.
Got it, sir. Got you marked in and out. And let me double check here. And we had RevKev at K6KJV. Have you in and out as well? Anyone else would like to check in? We've got plenty of room and plenty of time before the top of the hour.
Kilo Charlie 8, Yankee Kilo Papa, Brian, Shelby, Ohio.
Well, everyone, I do greatly apologize. My keyboard has decided to not cooperate with me. Could you please repeat that last call sign, sir?
W8WKY.
Kilo Charlie 8, Yankee Kilo Papa, KC8YKP, Brian, Shelby, Ohio.
W8.
Gotcha, sir. Anyone else like to check in? It's going to be a really quiet pre-show. If we don't get some more people talking here, please.
Kilo Charlie 8 Lima Yankee Golf KC8LYG Rick and Maslin. I didn't know if you got me earlier. I think I might have doubled with someone.
I'm looking right here. I don't think I got you in there, sir. So KC8LYG. Alrighty, it is 41 minutes past the hour. Anyone else like to check in to the BeaconNet? We've got, like I said before, we got plenty of room, plenty of time. Please come now.
Just work the list, please. 88 SLG.
Well, I have gone through this like 3 times. Let's go ahead and go to the top. 88 SLG Nick. You sticking around tonight, or are you taking your lovely wife out to dinner like it sounded like you were going to do?
K3MBC, KDSLG. Now it's taking the dog out for a minute. We ate earlier. I marinated some pork chops and threw them on the flat top. They're pretty freaking good. So there. I'm going to stick around for the big show. I'll be here. So give me a holla. There you go, man. It's KD8 SLG, back to net control.
Thank you, sir. Got you marked. Sticking around tonight. Next on the list, KD8 EPC. Dustin, are you sticking around with us tonight?
K3MBC, this is KD8 EPC. Well, good evening, Mark. I am going to stick around. We're just over here having a few brews and celebrating the end of this rotation around the sun before we start the new one tomorrow there. So there you go. This is KD8 EPC, back to pre-net control. 73 for now.
Thanks, Dustin. Got you marked sticking around. I got Chuck is WB4AIZ. It's like listed as in and out. KA8LYJ. Robert, are you sticking with us tonight?
This is KA8LYJ. I will indeed linger. And happy birthday to Dustin there. KA8LYJ.
All righty. Got you sticking around, sir. Next on the list, NTAD David, are you with us tonight, or do you just need your ticket punched?
I'll stick around for at least one. Tickets got punched. Thanks a lot, man. We'll be around. NTAD.
Thank you, sir. Got you sticking around. N7VAN Brian is an in and out. K5CFY Ray, are you with us tonight, sir? Are you just sticking around to get your ticket punched?
Mike Bravo Charlie, K5CFY, good afternoon. Great job there on the net, and I'm definitely going to be hanging around. So back to you, K5CFY.
Thank you, sir. Got you marked down as sticking around. AI5Q Jaros is in and out. WV3K Phil, I did not remember if you were going to be in and out or sticking around. If you are still there, please let us know.
Hello, Mark. I have no traffic. I just checked in and great net. It's clear. You have a blessed evening as well as the rest of the crew. And it's good to hear you. Happy birthday there, Dustin. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. LEP3K, and I will be clear. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Updated your status. Got you listed as no traffic in and out. All right, next on the list is KY4NB. Scott, are you with us tonight, or are you just getting your ticket punched? It sounded like you were going to be sticking around for a bit.
Well, hi, everybody on the Beacon Net, KY4NB here, Elvis Barbecue Land. Those pork chops sounded good. Nick was making. I'll have a couple of those and a potato. Well, let's see. We're having pizza tonight. Yes, I will stick around. We got our power back on, so I'm in a good mood. KY4NB, back to net.
Thank you, sir. Got you marked down. Looking forward to talking to you in a little bit. Next on the list, KI5TAQ, Taco Tim. Are you sticking with us tonight?
Yeah, good evening there. This is KI5TAQ. Yes, I'm sticking around tonight. And we'll see what happens with the old Cornwall Lopine clan. This is KI5TAQ.
All right. Thank you, Tim. Moving on down the list to W5SWG. Scott, are you with us tonight?
Howdy, Mark. And again, I apologize for the early intrusion earlier. I jumped in there before I should have. But no, I'm going to be turning it in here pretty quickly. Now I got an early appointment in the morning. So this will be it for me. But, man, I'm excited to be back in here. It's been about a year and a half, 2 years since I've been on this net, and absolutely enjoyed it before, and happy to stay up late enough tonight to get in the pre-show. So I'm going to turn it back to you, Mark, and hopefully we'll get back in here again soon. 73 to all, and hopefully catch up with y'all again later down the road. W5SWG, Scott in Waco, Texas.
Thanks, Scott, for checking in. Got you marked in and out. Hopefully all is going well with your treatment. Got a few family members in the same spot as you, and hope they all sound just as happy and positive as you sound tonight. So moving on down the list, KE8QFT, Uncle Fred. Are you staying with us tonight, or are you just coming in to get your ticket punched?
I'll be here.
All righty, thank you, sir. Let's see. It looks like I skipped over somebody on the list. KF8ETU, Adam. Got your call sign all corrected. Are you sticking around tonight, or are you just wanting to get your ticket punched?
Well, good evening. I think I'm going to turn in for the night. It's getting a little chilly outside here, and I got an early morning, so you all guys have a fun net, and hopefully we'll catch you soon. This is KF8ETU. That's great.
Thank you for checking in, Adam. Got you marked as in and out. Wish I could say the same thing about Houston. I think we'll be ready to bake tomorrow. Temperature's supposed to be in the low 100s, so I'm envious. All righty, let's move on down the list to N8YMY. John, are you sticking around tonight, or are you just wanting to get your ticket punched?
W8WKY.
Well, I'm not hearing anything. I think he had mentioned he was going to be in and out. So you're welcome to recheck in if I am incorrect. Let's move down the list to KC8YKP. Brian, are you with us tonight, or are you just wanting to get your ticket punched, sir?
YKP. Good evening, everybody. I will hang around. I had to work late tonight. I'm actually on the way home still right now from the big city of Mansfield, Ohio here. So talking on my 2-meter repeater here in Shelby, linked up through Allstar, so per usual. But yep, I'll stick around. Nice night tonight. Just enjoying it. Back to you guys, KC8YKP.
And just then my node decided to ID itself. Thank you, sir. Got you marked down. And up next on the list is K6KJV. RevKev said he is turning in early tonight, but I did get your answers as double D's. Alrighty, moving on down the list. And the last on the list is KC8LYG. Richard, are you sticking around with us tonight, or are you just wanting to get your ticket punched?
Good evening. I believe it's Mark. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if it's not. This is KC8LYG, Rick and Maslin. And yes, I do plan on sticking around. It's a beautiful night out. Might turn the propane fireplace on, and if that don't work, I'll migrate inside to the base station. But I'm here for the duration. Sorry about the third-party traffic. Got a couple cats getting into it. KC8LYG, back to prenet.
No worries at all. Got you down on the list for us tonight. We are now at the bottom of the list. Anyone else like to check in? We've got about 7 minutes to go. Let's go ahead and come now if you'd like to do an early check-in to the BeaconNet.
5JB, Matt and Tulsa, short time.
Kilo Charlie 1, Uniform Golf Kilo, KC1 UGK. Ed, Massachusetts, one and done. Thanks for the net.
Let's hang on right there. Station in Oklahoma, I completely missed your call sign. Remember to give it a couple of seconds before you check in. Could you please repeat your call sign?
Sure. It is the Alpha Foxtrot 5, Juliet Bravo, AF5JB. Matt and Tulsa, short time.
Alrighty, anyone else like to check in? We'll go ahead and keep this list going for a little bit.
KF8GGM, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Golf Mike, Matt in Lorraine.
Kilo Charlie 1, Uniform Golf Kilo, KC1 UGK, Massachusetts, Ed. One and done, just one for the count. Thanks for the net.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and see if folks are sticking around tonight or not. KC8FQV Mark, are you sticking around tonight? I can't remember if I took you or not.
Nope, you didn't take me because I didn't even call in because I seen it pop up on the net logger. So Nick or one of the loggers logged it. So I said, well, save the train wreck. So KSFQV. Yes, I'm going to stick around.
Alrighty, thank you, Mark. Got you down. It will be a net now tonight. Let's see, and last on the list is short time, AF5JV. I hope I got that right. Please. Oh, that's completely wrong. Station Oklahoma. I'm sorry. I completely farbled. I'm sorry, folks. My hands are just not cooperating tonight. Station Oklahoma, could you please repeat your call sign one more time, and then go ahead and let us know if you're sticking around tonight. I do know you're short time.
Yeah, copy. Hey, no problem, man. It's all cool. Yeah, my call sign is AF5JB, Alpha Foxtrot 5 Juliet Bravo, Matt in Tulsa. It's currently balmy 91 degrees and mostly cloudy. And had a good weekend. Went out of town and saw at least one of my friends up in Langley, Oklahoma. My other friend is staying in Oklahoma. He was he was on vacation in Corpus Christi, Texas, but I saw the other one. Everybody's so good up there. Got back and told us about 1 o'clock this morning. Went to the main event. Played race car video game called Cruise and Blast. That's a fun game, and I played the World's Largest Batman, and they brought the supercars back, and so I played that. That's a lot of fun. And then kind of hung around there for a little bit. I went home and had me a beer and went to bed, and it's my Saturday night / Sunday morning. And then took it easy most day today, and I always try to stay on the cool side of the door as much as I can here in the center state. It's supposed to be about 100. Well, I mean, every 90's a little bit wider, so it kind of bounces back and forth. But and you hang it for long, it's all going down about a month or so ain't too worried. But other than that, man, I just want to stop by and say hi to everyone, and everybody stay cool and hydrated, and all that good stuff. Good to hear everyone. But other than that, I'll always get back to it there, and thanks for having me on. Set me free, and until next time, thanks for having me. Good to hear everyone. Back to Naked Show. Thanks again. Okay, till next time.
Thank you, Matt. Thanks for putting up with my slight delay in getting stuff all organized here. Had a couple other folks check in. Let's see, we had KC1UTK is in and out, and which I think I actually may have entered that incorrectly, KC1UGK. And last on my list is KF8GGM. Are you sticking around tonight, sir, or are you just need to get your ticket punched?
W8WKY.
Sir, Mark, I'm going to be here for the duration. I think I'll be loitering on.
All righty. I'm at the bottom of the list. We got about 10 more seconds. Anyone want to jump in right here before I toss this over to Nick and Nite?
Alpha India 7 Uniform Golf.
Alpha India 7 Uniform Golf. Sabra got you on the list. Are you sticking around tonight, or are you just wanting to do a in and out for us? Alpha India 7 Uniform Golf. Are you with us tonight, or are you just wanting to get your ticket punched? Well, I will temporarily mark you as an in and out, and if you'd like to get in, just go ahead and recheck. Well, I am at the bottom of my list, and it is time to pass it over to, KE8QKO, Nick at Night, to light up the nighttime airways here on the Beaconnet. KE8QKO, this is K3NBC. Take it away, Nick.
Go, Nick.
KE8QKO. Thank you, Nick. All right, hey, before you get too distracted there, Mark, go ahead and put Sommer down as sticking around. We'll see if she's sticking around. I think she probably will. She usually does. So don't mark her in and out. Okay. Good evening and welcome to the Beaconnet. My name is Nick. My call sign is KE8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The Beaconnet meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WEWKY repeater. 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and EchoLink WAWKY-R. This is Direct-to-Net, all traffic bus pass-through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, and various other repeaters, and we ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, nothing heard. We're going to do that one more time because somebody keyed up and held everything open, so if somebody did try to transmit, they might not have gotten through. So if you have any emergency or priority traffic, please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go through and see if Mark got everybody. So any stations have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the Beaconnet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Foxtrot 6, purity of essence, the old in and out.
Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar AB8MO, also in and out. Good evening.
All right, I've got Kilo Foxtrot 6 Papa Oscar Echo, and I have Alpha Bravo 8 Mike Oscar. Is there anyone else who would like to check in? Please call now. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go get our trivia questions read. We're going to start with KJ5 MCV Ryan. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the main trivia question?
KE8QKO from KJ5MCV. I got another one for you folks. Welcome to the Beaconnet. It's trivia time. What is the primary purpose of a duplexer in a repeater system? Is it alpha, to prevent the repeater from hearing its own transmission and saying, whoa, who said that? Bravo, to allow the transmitter and receiver to share a single antenna while providing sufficient isolation between their frequencies. Charlie, to provide a safe place for excess RF to go when the SWR gets angry. Or Delta, to keep the transmitter from bullying the receiver. I'll drop it and read it again. KJ5MCV returning. What is the primary purpose of a duplexer in a repeater system? Is it alpha, to prevent the repeater from hearing its own transmission and saying, whoa, who said that? Bravo, to allow the transmitter and receiver to share a single antenna while providing sufficient isolation between their frequencies. Charlie, to provide a safe place for your excess RF to go when the SWR gets angry. Or is it Delta, to keep the transmitter from bullying the receiver? Thanks very much. I will post these in the blue screen ASAP.
All right, thank you, Ryan. I missed all the options. I was reading the blue screen, but I will read them and write my answer down here in a moment. Thanks for doing the main trivia. Next, we're going to talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia read. But Alan, before you read, go ahead and read the trivia question a couple of times like you usually do. But afterwards, I would like you to break for time and give us a word from Larry the Rubber Chicken. And since I'm specifically asking for it, it's not QRF. Go ahead and take it, sir.
Alrighty then. Wow, okay, tonight's alternate trivia. I will read it twice. If someone said to you, hey, I was wondering if I could borrow your theremin, which one of these things would they be asking for? Let me read that question again. If someone said to you, hey, I was wondering if I could borrow your theremin, which one of these things would they be asking for? Is it A, an old version of a sling blade, as mentioned in the movie Sling Blade? B, a common medicine used primarily in the 1950s and 60s for flu-like symptoms. C, an instrument that you play without touching it. Or D, the Cornwaldo bean family intoxicating elixir to help with rheumatism. Let me let it drop. I'll read it one more time. Try it again. If someone said to you, hey, I was wondering if I could borrow your theremin, which one of these things would they be asking for? Is it A, an old version of a sling blade, as mentioned in the movie Sling Blade? B, a common medicine used primarily in the 50s and 60s for flu-like symptoms? C, an instrument that you play without touching it? Or D, the Cornwaldo bean family intoxicating elixir to help with rheumatism? Let me let this drop. And Larry, what do you think? Chocolate pudding or vanilla pudding? Vanilla. Okay. KI5DAY. Back to net.
W8WKY.
All right. Thank you, Alan. Got my answers written down. We'll see how it works out later in the net. This is KE8QKO on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390. Also Sono 114 Mark 8. And we're going to start at the top of our list here with KD8 SLG. Josh. Nick, how you doing, Nick? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Nick, at night, and all the Beacon Netizens. So, all right, let's start with trivia. I'm going to go with Bravo and Charlie. That's Bravo and Charlie. So, I've got a couple of duplexers, they're called, also, and that's what I can use one antenna to on one of the dual band radios to split it between 2 meters and 440. So I can run one radio with two 2 meters on it and the other radio with two 70 centimeters on it using something called a duplexer. That's what was in the box. I always call those things diplexer. But I digress. so those are my answers. We had a really good time yesterday at the Ohio QSO party, and we did some POTUS stuff beforehand out at Portage Lakes. It was a really good time. A couple of all y'all that are in here were there. And, yeah, we had a blast. Made a bunch of contacts for POTA, a bunch of contacts for the QSO party. Food was eaten. A good time was had by all. We survived a couple of thunder bumpers. Made it through the day. It was all good. Fine business. Thanks to everybody who came out there, and thanks to all who participated at home. It's good seeing you, Nick. It's been a while. Thanks for coming out last week. It's KD8SLG. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, Nick. Got your answers down for Bravo and Charlie. Yeah, sorry I missed the POTA party yesterday. I'm not even really sure everything I did yesterday. But, yeah, that's how the weekends go. Hopefully, the weather starts to cool off. Stuff starts to get done. My schedule starts to open up, and I'll have more time to go do things. So I don't think we have a lot else planned at the end of the year. Summer's been crazy. Been super crazy. And I'm looking forward to having some personal down-ish time, some relaxing time. I did get to smoke some meat yesterday, though. I did that yesterday. That's one thing I did. Bought some pork tenderloins and fired up the smoker. It was the first time I fired up a smoker since field day. So that was fun to sit down. And it rained a lot, but I had a canopy. And, yeah, that was good. Anyway, good to see you too, Nick. We'll have to do more of it. Next, we're going to go talk to Kitty 8 EPC, Dustin. How you doing, Dustin? What do you have for the BeaconNet?
All right, K8QKO and the BeaconNet. Good evening, Nick at Night. Well, let me get the trivia out of my way real quick. I think it's Bravo and Charlie, but the voices in my head say double D's. So if you want to put Bravo and Charlie / double D's, there you go. You can do that. Not a whole lot going on here. Worked earlier, have tomorrow off, having some beers, enjoying myself, and enjoying the net. That's really all I've got for you. We're going to say 73 to you for now. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you down the log. This is KD8EPC. Back to net control. 73, my friend.
All right, thank you, Dustin. Well, look at you, off on a Monday. I don't know how that's going to feel for you. Anyway, thanks for checking in. I appreciate it. We got you down for Bravo and Charlie / double D's, because your brain can't make up its mind. You're like, I don't know. I lost my train of thought there. You're like something. All right, after Dustin may have ended out this WB4AIZ, and that's going to take us down to KA8LYJ. Bob. How you doing, Bob? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
KE8QKO. This is KA8LYJ. Good evening, Nick the Nocturnal, and the rest of the Beaconites. It was a pretty mellow day. Went to church, came home, had a snack, listened to some music, and caught up on a couple puttering details. Normally on Sundays it's a game night, and it's hit and miss if I can check into the BeaconNet, but last several weeks the Game Master's place at the table has been occupied by a feline rehabilitation center. One of the cats got a nasty infection, needed surgical intervention, so it's been transformed into a recovery area, so we've had to suspend game night. As far as the trivia, I am going to go broiled chicken. Bravo, Charlie. And I'm a huge Dark Shadows fan, and let whoever involved with trivia that understands have ears. KA8LYJ.
All right. Thank you, Bob. Got your answer down for Bravo and Charlie. Good to hear you. Thanks for checking in. Next, we have NT8D, Dave. How you doing, Dave? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
there, Nick. Don't have a whole lot. It was a beautiful day today here in Copley. Girl made some nice steak for dinner here and got the barometer in the morning. What else is going on? Played a gig at the Rialto Theater in Akron the other night. It went pretty well. We're at the Big Band Blowout in Old Brooklyn the 30th, which is this Sunday. All day. There's like 8 bands playing up there at the city park. What else? Anything fun or interesting? My 80-meter antenna needs to be reassembled. It kind of split apart at one spot. So that's coming up. And that's all the news from Copley, at least from here. Hope everybody's having a good night. Thanks for the call. Glad to be able to stay up late on a Sunday and say hello. I'm going to go with Bravo Charlie for the answers for the trivia tonight. Wishing everybody all the best. 73, Nick, NTAD.
All right, thank you, Dave. Got your answer down for Bravo and Charlie. Glad you're able to stay up late with us tonight and enjoy a Beacon Net. And we will talk to you down the line. So thanks for checking in. After Dave, we have N7VAN Brian, who's in and out. That's going to take us down to K5CFY. Ray, how you doing, Ray? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Kilo Echo 8 Quebec Kilo Oscar K5CFY. Good evening there, just Nick at night. How's that? Anyway, great job there, Nick. Wave a hand there at Mark on the keyboard. All is well here in Tulsa. A little bit cooler this weekend. It was below 100 anyway. So that was definitely a good thing. And hate to be a copycat, but I'm going to go with Bravo and Charlie. Bravo and Charlie. Happy birthday, Mr. Dustin. And I'll give it back to you, Nick. Thanks for being there. K5CFY.
All right, thank you, Ray. Let's see where you got your answer down for Bravo and Charlie. Thanks for the kind words and thanks for checking in. After Ray, we have AI5Q and WV3K in and out, which is going to take us down to KY4 and B Scott. How you doing, Scott? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KY4NB here from Led to Elvis Barbecues. Well, hi everybody on the Beacon Net. Looks to be a clear night out there right now, and we had a little storm come through yesterday and took out the power to a lot of people in Memphis. But anyway, they're quickly getting things restored, so we're good. We're happy here. The air's working, and we should sleep better tonight. We had the generator going, but that was just fans and stuff. Got a little warm. But anyway, I'm going to go with Bravo and Charlie, BC, on the questions tonight. And that's it from Elvis and Barbecue Land. Definitely happy to have some AC back on. Back over to you, and thanks again for calling the net. We do appreciate it. KY4NB, back to net.
All right, thank you, Kevin. Thanks for checking in there, and thanks for checking in from Barbecue Land. We got your answers down for Bravo and Charlie, I think you said. And we will talk to you later. So, yeah, thanks for checking in. Next, we have KI5TAQ Taco Tim from Bowfang, Oklahoma. How you doing, Tim? And what do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, good evening there, Nick at Night. This is KI5TAQ. First and foremost, I'd say happy birthday to Dustin. And let me get the questions out of the way. For the main question, I'm going to go with Bravo. And just to humor some guy named Alan, I'm going to go Delta for the alternate. And let him shall we say, play with his rubber chickens. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, thank you, Tim. We got your answers down there for Bravo and Delta. I think I missed a call there, so we're going to go back up one, and we're going to go to KJ8DK Kevin. How you doing, Kevin? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Kilo Golf 8 Delta Kilo, KG8DK, Kevin here in Ashland. Yeah, I thought you'd skipped over me. I started to type my answers in the blue screen, but just got back with a pup, and it wasn't a potty break. I guess there was a raccoon on the back porch you wanted to go have a little talk with. Not doing much radio tonight, just doing the alternate hobby, and that's loading some 458 lot shells, some big boomers tonight. And if I didn't say it already, the Bravo and Charlie, I think, is the best guesses. Back to net control.
All right, copy that, Kevin. Got you down for Bravo and Charlie. Yeah, sorry about that. Sometimes the way the net logger moves, it doesn't move the same way my brain does. So sometimes I accidentally skip over somebody. Anyway, got you in there for Bravo and Charlie, and good luck loading those shells. All right, we now have two in and out stations. That is W5SWG and KF8ETU, which is going to take us down to KE8QFT. Uncle Fred. How you doing, Fred? Good to see you on Thursday, and how you doing tonight? What you got for the net?
Well, I'm doing fine. Let's just say B and C for the answer to trivia, because I'm looking over everyone's shoulder and copying as usual. Oh, boy. The Guards won today. The Guardians are only 3.5 out of first place now. I went bowling today. And went to a bluegrass / country western jam, you know. Have 7 musicians up there at this church. And, yeah, they play a mixture of things. Also, I don't know what else I had to say. Oh, yeah. A friend of mine had been to a baby shower before the bluegrass event, and she gave me some chicken wings, which are sitting in the refrigerator, along with some cherry tomatoes. So I have a snack after the net. KE8QFT. Good job, Nick. Good job, everybody. Both beyond the scenes and here in the main stage. KE8QFT, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Fred. Got your answers down for Bravo and Charlie, and enjoy those chicken wings. All right, next we have an in-and-out, which is N8YMY, and that's going to take us down to KC8YKP. Brian. How you doing, Brian? What do you have for the beacon? Actually, before I go to Brian, I think I forgot to identify. This is KEQKO on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Now we're going to go talk to KC8YKP. Brian. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Good evening, Nick and everybody. There's multiple Nicks. I got to keep track. You're the Nick at night. That's right. KC8YKP. If I didn't already say that, I'm losing my mind. Just a beautiful night here, Shelby area, 65 degrees, no breeze. I mean, just moon's out, just kind of awesome. It's not real super humid. I'd take humidity over the 6 months of cold that's coming any time of the day, but nonetheless, here we are. For trivia, main trivia is kind of tricky. I'm going to go with Bravo, although the Delta technically probably wouldn't be wrong either, you know what I mean? Just a different way of wording it. It's just like in high school, they used to say, select the best answer, or the most accurate, which I always hated that stuff anyhow. We'll go Bravo. For alt trivia, I thought it was medicine, but girlfriend was sitting here and says she doesn't think it is. She thinks it's Charlie. So I'm going to go with that, and Charlie for alt trivia. We'll find out, I guess. Other than that, about all I got, I guess. I'm home now. I'm pulling a Dustin, and I tapped into the beer fridge a little bit ago, so kind of hitting the spot right now. Back to you guys, KC8YKP.
All right, thank you, Brian. Got your answers down for Bravo and Charlie. Thanks for checking in. After Brian, we have Cases KJV, who has double D's in for his answer, and he is in and out. That's going to take us down to KC8LYG, Richard. How you doing, Richard? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Good evening, Nick. This is KC8LYG, or Rick and Maslin. Not much. Just sitting outside enjoying the evening. It is a beautiful night. I think with the answers, I'm going to go Bravo and Bravo. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. And with that, I'll say have a blessed evening. And I'm going to enjoy the peace and quiet of the evening here. And can't wait to hear the answers. Back to Net Control, KC8LYG.
All right, thank you, Rick. Got your answers down there for Bravo and Bravo. Next, we're going to talk to KC8 FQV, Mark. How you doing, Mark? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Oh, good evening, Dustin, KSFQE. Not a lot. It was a quiet weekend. There was a lot of QSO parties I've seen around the state. I seen Tusco had one too. But on the trivia, I want to go BC, British Columbia, British Columbia, BC. Other than that, we'll send it back to Net Control, Dustin, and we'll see what the answers really are at the end. They were really good ones. I like the choices on that first one. So, well, I want to say B. I would have said A, but I think B. I think they're both right, sort of. But B sounds better. So I'll send it back. It sounds comical, the first one. So, but I'd say B. KSFQ, back to Net Control.
All right, Mark, you got your answer down there for Bravo and Charlie. Dustin, I'm Nick, KE8QKO, and you have an 8 in your call sign, so just so you're aware of that. Anyway, we got your answer down for Bravo and Charlie. After Mark, we have AF5JB, and then we have KC1UTK, who are in and out, and that's going to take us down to KF8GTM. Matt, how you doing, Matt? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KE8QKO, this is KF8GGM. Just want to say hi to the net, and not too much, man. Just sitting here chilling, laughing at the goofiness going on the blue screen, and thinking about all the stuff I got going on this week. My kids are in 4-H, and they're working at the Lorain County Fair this week, so it's going to be non-stop busy, so looking forward to that. Other than that, though, nothing else, man. And hope you're doing well, sir. And thanks for taking me. KF8GGM, back to Net Control.
All right. right, thank you, Matt. Hey, I think I missed your trivia answers. Can you come back with those one more time, please?
Yeah, my ADHD kept me from telling you. I think my answers are going to be Bravo and Delta, B and D.
All right, copy that, sir. Bravo and Delta. Yeah, I wasn't sure if my ADHD kept me from hearing them, so that's how it goes. This is K8QKO on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 390 positive. Also with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. After Matt, we had, looks like he's in there twice. KC1UGK in and out again. That's weird. Oh, KC1UGK. Well, that's weird. That's an interesting. That's the two very close call signs. All right. So we got that was also in and out, and that's going to take us down to AI7UG. Sabra, how you doing, ma'am? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Good evening, everybody. I wasn't sure if I had actually made it in because I kept losing connection earlier, so when I finally got back on, they were telling some station they would consider them in and out, and they would have to try to get in again. But I did actually make it in, which is good. It's been raining all weekend, so I don't know what was causing me to lose connection earlier, but now my connection is stable again. And I went to a barbecue, so I'm eating the leftover potato salad from that. I brought some potato salad, but they didn't eat it all, so now I'm eating it. And I was watching a video from a chef named Josh Wiseman where he was ranking the top breakfast from each state. Pennsylvania won with their thing called a grilled sticky, which I guess is a grilled sticky bun. But apparently they had voted on Instagram for the top breakfast in each state. And for Utah, they had voted for a Utah scone, which I had never, that's not a popular breakfast in Utah. I've never heard of that. So I don't know where they got the most popular breakfast for some of those states. But I was just watching that. And for my trivia, I will say Bravo and Charlie. The duplexer thing was pulled right from a question pool, and I'm pretty sure that other one actually is an instrument. That sounds, I heard about an instrument before that you could play without touching it, so that does seem plausible. AI7UG, back to net control.
All right, thank you, ma'am. We got your answers down there for Bravo and Charlie. Yeah, my net logger, he was asking if you were in and out or if you were sticking around, and so he kind of went down the assumption of in and out, and we corrected him that no, you're usually sticking around. And the network challenges, I think that lines up with what we were seeing. It looked like sometimes, for whatever reason, the digital side of whatever you're connecting on keyed up the repeater a couple of times, and we had to kind of force disconnect it, but I'm glad everything is straightened out now, and the connection is a little more stable. Sometimes those apps do what they do, and it's hard to manage what they do when they're not in your 100% control. We're glad we got you back in there, and I've not heard of those desserts, and actually that sounds like an interesting video. So thanks for the heads up. I might have to check that out later. I've watched some of this stuff before, and I like breakfast, so definitely have to give that a look. All right, next we have KF6POE and AB8MO. They're both in and out. And that's going to take us down to two check-ins from the blue screen. N8WB. How you doing, Stefan? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Good evening, Nick and Knight, and everyone on the net. Great to hear you and everyone else. Well, yeah, I heard someone say about the Lorain County Fair. Taking Mom on Thursday. It's senior day. So I'll get in free. She'll have to pay. But I kid. But anyways, yeah, and it was a great day today. As a matter of fact, it was not raining. I got to sit out on the deck a little bit this evening, and I'm looking for a really tall ladder. So I don't have one, but I need one because I got to replace the lights on the side of the house that have been up there since it was built in about 96, and some of them are burnt out, the yard lights, and I bought big, gigantic LED ones, and I just don't have the ladder to do that, so I'm looking around for a tall ladder, as they say. But just so I don't forget the trivia, I'll go with Bravo Charlie, and yeah, I think it's going to be a good week. As a matter of fact, we're not supposed to get too much bad weather that I saw, but even if we are, we live through it. It's Ohio. It's one of those things we do. So I'll send it back to you, just Nick, and everyone on the group, and it's great. I love the camaraderie in the blue window. We have to figure out how to change the window to another color. Maybe then we could change the thing. There must be a way to do that. There's probably a setting in there somewhere. But anyways, I'll look on my logger sometime and see that. All right. Send it back to you, everyone. November 8, Whiskey Bravo 73, but I'll be listening.
All right. Thank you, Stephen. Got your answer down for Bravo and Charlie. As far as the blue screen goes, we cannot change the color, because if we did, then we could not call it the blue screen anymore, and that would get really confusing because people wouldn't know what we're talking about. They probably don't. Some people don't even know what we're talking about now. We don't want to make it any worse. And as far as the ladder goes, there's options. If you don't have a ladder quite tall enough, you could always, drive your car up next to the house and then put the ladder on top of your car. Maybe put a sheet or something under it so it doesn't damage the paint, and then you can get you up a few feet higher, or, things like that. I mean, I've seen videos online of people doing all kinds of stuff with ladders that, to get them to reach up higher. So maybe give something like that a try. And as far as your mom goes, I'll tell you what, maybe go in early, bribe the ticket people, and ask them to charge her. Be like, hey, you don't look young enough to be a senior citizen. We're going to have to charge you. She'd probably get a real kick out of that. Anyway, thanks, Stephen. I appreciate you checking in. Next, we have KI5UGI, Brandon. How you doing, Brandon? And what do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Got that under my belt, doing pretty good. My wife's laying next to me sleeping. She hasn't been feeling good. She has MS, and it's been flared up. But I've been enjoying the fact that it's been below 100 degrees for a couple days. I've definitely enjoyed that. Had a good weekend, and getting ready to get back on that normal grind again. But other than that, it's been all right. Can't complain. Just wanted to pop in and say hello and wish everyone a great weekend. God bless everybody.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Brandon. I'm not sure. Did you want to answer our trivia question tonight?
I popped in after. I don't know what the questions are to answer them. So I jumped in a little bit late. I was doing honeydews around the house and got in a little bit late.
All right, well, I have a fix for that because I was planning to, after I talked to you, get them reread. So we went through all the normal check-ins from the pre-show and everything. And we're at the bottom of our list. So before I started calling for more check-ins, I was going to get the trivia questions read. So what I'll do is I'll read them, and then I'll come back to you to get your answers before I take a round of check-ins. This is KE8QKO on the WAWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to reread some trivia. So we're going to go up to KJ5MCV. Ryan, would you read the main trivia again, please?
KE8QKO KJ5MCV with tonight's BeaconNet trivia. What is the primary purpose of a duplexer in a repeater system? Is it alpha, to prevent the repeater from hearing its own transmission and saying, whoa, who said that? Bravo, to allow the transmitter and receiver to share a single antenna while providing sufficient isolation between their frequencies. Charlie, to provide a safe place for excess RF to go when the SWR gets angry. Or Delta, to keep the transmitter from bullying the receiver. I'll drop it and read it again.
W8WKY repeater P.
KG5MCV returning. What is the primary purpose of a duplexer in a repeater system? Is it alpha? To prevent the repeater from hearing its own transmission and saying, whoa, who said that? Bravo. To allow the transmitter and receiver to share a single antenna while providing sufficient isolation between their frequencies. Charlie. To provide a safe place for excess RF to go when the SWR gets angry. Or Delta. To keep the transmitter from bullying the receiver. I'll copy and paste these, drop them in the blue screen. KJ5MCV back to net control.
All right, thank you, Ryan. Let's go down to KI5DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia read. Alan, take it away.
Alrighty, this is KI5DAY. I was just tuning in over there on YouTube. My nephew's over there listening. He's begun to start listening pretty much about every week. I ordered him a technician class book so he can start studying. He's got his GMRS license. But anyway, tonight's alt trivia is going to be as follows. Let me let this drop and I will read it. Here we go. Tonight's alt trivia. If someone said to you, hey, I was wondering if I could borrow your theremin, which one of these things would they be asking for? An old version of a sling blade, as mentioned in the movie Sling Blade. B, a common medicine used primarily in the 1950s and 60s for flu-like symptoms. C, an instrument that you play without touching it. Or D, the Cornwaldo bean family intoxicating elixir to help with rheumatism. KI5DAY, back to Ned.
All right, thank you, Alan. Let's go back down to KI5UGI. Brandon, do you want to answer the trivia now?
Answer is going to be B, and my second answer is going to be A on that one.
All right, copy that, sir. Thank you. We have your answers down for Bravo and Alpha. All right, we're back down to the bottom of the list. Anyone who would like to check in or recheck to the beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Whiskey 2, Romeo, Oscar, November. Whiskey 2, Romeo, Oscar, November. Ron in Vermont.
KE9CQD, Kilo Echo 9 Charlie Quebec Delta, Tim up in Valparaiso, Indiana.
All right, I've got W2RON Ron, and I've got KE9CQD Tim. Is there anyone else who would like to check in? Please call now.
Kilo Charlie 8 Golf Whiskey KC8GW Greg Wadsworth in and out this evening.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha KF8 GC8 Jeff in and out.
I'm going to take it right there. All right, I have KC8GW Greg checking in and out. I had a Kilo Foxtrot 8 station check in. You were very, very quiet, so I have to turn my radio up. Can you come back with your call sign phonetically twice, please?
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha. Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha. Jeff in and out.
Copy that. I have Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha checking in and out. Thank you, sir. And thanks for coming back to me. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the beacon net? Please call now.
KD8EPC comment.
uniform. KE2IMU, in and out. Over.
All right, I've got KD8 EPC with a recheck, and I've got KE2IMU checking in and out. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the beacon net? Please call now. All right, I'm going to go through my list real quick and let you know who I've got and then what order I'm going to take everybody. I've got W2RON Ron. I've got KE9CQD Tim. I have KC8GW Greg in and out. I have KF8DTA Jeff also in and out. I have KD8 EPC Dustin with a recheck. And I have KE2IMU Kilo Echo 2 India Mike uniform also checking in and out. So first I'm going to take my recheck from Dustin, and then I'm going to talk to our new check-ins. And that's how I'm going to do it tonight. So KD8 EPC Dustin, take it away with your recheck.
All right, thanks so much there, Nick. Well, I just wanted to give Jeff a little heads up there, KF8DTA. I don't know what he's got going on there with him, APRS or general or whatever kind of packet burst he has at the end of his transmission, but if he would please turn that off, we would all appreciate that, and our ears would appreciate it immensely. All right, that's all I've got for you. Take it, Nick. 73, thanks for picking me up. KD8 EPC, back to net control.
All right, thank you, Dustin. Yeah, I did not catch anything at the end of his transmission, but his transmission for me was extremely quiet. I had to really crank my volume up to catch his call sign. So so you're out there, Jeff. Those are the comments on the transmission. Not sure what's going on, but that's what we heard. All right, let's go and talk to W2RON Ron. How you doing, sir? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight?
W2RON, Whiskey 2 Romeo Oscar November, Ron in Vermont. We don't have too much. This is the first time we've checked into this net. I don't have any answers for the question, the trivia. We're running a program called QSO1 on our tablet, and this is the first time we've actually checked into this net here. I think we've checked into Alaska before, but I don't think this net. So we'll have to make a note of this and maybe be able to do it again in the future. We had very nice weather here today in the 70s most of the day. We're very fortunate here in Vermont. We haven't had some of the ridiculously high temperatures and terrible weather anomalies like tornadoes and floods and all kinds of stuff going on. We really appreciate the fact that where we are, things have been kind of normal. So that's about that. Age here is 88, and we're looking forward maybe to checking in again. We got to make a note of where we are, and maybe we can come back again. So thank you very much for taking our call, and I wish everyone on the net a very nice rest of their evening and a great upcoming week. So back to net control. This is W2RON, Ron in Milton, Vermont. Over.
All right, copy that, Ron. I'm going to give you a big old spiel here, so if you want to write anything down, maybe get that ready. My name is Nick. My call sign is Kilo Echo 8 Quebec Kilo Oscar, and I'm the net control here on the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association net tonight. We're in Ohio, Doylestown, Ohio, a little south of Cleveland, Our repeater's 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Probably not that information probably isn't super relevant to you since you're in Vermont. I'm not familiar with the app you said you're coming in on. We're connected to a bunch of other repeaters, an Allstar Node 48496 and EchoLink W8WKY-R. So I'm not sure where you're connecting in from, but maybe you're connecting into something that has that is then connecting to us. But if you have either of those digital modes, you're also able to get to us pretty easily on, like I said, Allstar Node 48496 or EchoLink W8WKY-R. The Beacon Net meets, this net meets every Sunday. This is the Beacon Net. We meet every Sunday night and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have, we do pre-check-ins. So before the net starts, we get a bunch of people kind of preloaded, and that starts around 9:30. And then, during the net, we have a couple of trivia questions. We all kind of chat, answer trivia, and go about the evening that way. So you're welcome to join us again when you come back. We're happy to have you. Just want to give you some information here about the net, who we are, and when we meet. So, yeah, welcome. Thanks for coming, and good to have you. Next, we're going to talk to KE9CQD Tim. How you doing, Tim? How's man, you guys got hit pretty hard with some weather recently. How's all that held up for you out there?
Yeah, we definitely got hammered up here. It's been, thankfully, we've been, we live in pretty close to downtown Valparaiso, and so because we live right by downtown City Hall, stuff like that, it's kind of a high priority area. So we were only without power for about a day or so. But surrounding us, it was, even surrounding towns, there's places without power still up here. And we're going on, what do they say, like day 10, something like that, 11, I forget now. I think it's got to be actually like 12. And there are areas without power. It was the largest outage up here. I think some of the fastest winds we've gotten in a long time. My church was without power for days. I'm part of a fellowship of pastors up in the area as well, and we had, a couple pastors with trees falling on the church, and a couple still without power as of today, this Sunday. Had to figure out what to do for service, things like that, because they're still without power in their homes and their churches and things like that. And it's kind of been wild, really, especially the first few days here in town. It kind of felt post-apocalyptic because it really was no power, nothing's running. Gas stations, there were like 2 open in town, and the lines for them were a mile and a half long. It was, grocery stores were out of food. It was kind of wild, but thankfully, we were prepared for the situation, and we did well, and trying to help out people we can. We moved a lot of limbs out of people's yards and cut up a lot of trees and moved sticks and things like that. So it's been a wild time. I'm going to let this drop, and I'll rekey. But anyway, now, at least here in our town, most of the power's back on. It's a beautiful night. I'm sitting outside, as many others have shared they are, and enjoying a nice, calm, quiet evening with 64-degree temperatures. So I'll take it. I'll take it all day long. But trivia. I'll shoot over to trivia. Tonight for Maine, I will go with. I'll follow the trend. I'll do B and C. We'll go with Bravo and Charlie. But that's about it for me. Thanks for running the net tonight, Nick. It's going awesome. Love listening into the Beacon Net. And thankful I could check in and hear everyone out tonight. My laptop died on me, so I was not able to creep around on the blue screen like I normally do, but that's okay. I get to hear everyone talk, and Anyway, I'll turn it back over to you. Say 73s, and God bless. This is KE9CQD.
All right, thank you, Tim. Good to hear you. I'm glad things are kind of coming together for you there. Wow, that's a long time without power. The most we ever had was, I think, maybe last year. We had like a day and a half or 2 days without power, and that was pretty wild. It wasn't even like the whole town; it was just our street. So usually, yeah, we're pretty fortunate when power does go out. It gets back on pretty quick, even though anymore it seems like it goes out more often than it used to. But yeah, the stuff you guys got hit with up there was wild. So I'm glad you're doing well. Glad you're getting everything sorted out, and hopefully it's all clear for you for the rest of the year. All right. Okay. After Tim, we have KCHEW, KFA-DTA, and KE2IMU all in and out. And we're back down to the bottom of the list. So anyone who would like to check in to the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee, Robert in Sydney. Kilo Foxtrot 0 Alpha Delta Sierra AF 0 ADS Matt in Minnesota.
All right, I've got Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee. I've got Kilo Foxtrot 0 Alpha Delta Sierra. Is there anyone else who would like to check in? Please call now.
KF6 POE Christian with a recheck.
AI7UG recheck.
All right, I've got KF6 POE and AI7UG with rechecks. I'm going to run through this list one more time with everybody that I got, do one more call, and then we'll start talking to everybody, starting with the rechecks. I have Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee. I have Kilo Foxtrot 0 Alpha Delta Sierra. I have Kilo Foxtrot 6 Papa Oscar Echo with a recheck. And I have Alpha India 7 Uniform Golf with a recheck. Is there anyone else that would like to check into the Beacon Net? Please call now.
W8WKY.
All right, I'm not taking that W8WKY. I know that's a trap. We're going to start with KF6 POE. What is your recheck?
This is Kilo Foxtrot 6 Papa Oscar Echo. I was just noticing, listening, that we basically have, for the first time I've heard in a long time, or ever, at least one from almost every region and district of the United States here. That's fairly impressive. And I was like, we just are missing a couple, and then he's checked in from Minnesota. Boom, bang, bang. There it is. So I thought that was fairly interesting. Doing a great job, Nick, Ryan, and Alan. Have a great 23s. Kilo Foxtrot 6, Papa Oscar Echo.
All right, thank you, sir. And just so you're aware, you may not have realized it, but we have the fourth member too. We have K3 NBC Mark on the back end. He's doing all my logging for me. He does our pre-show. So we have a full team that runs this. I run the NCO. We have a logger, so we kind of both help keep each other in check with check-ins and call signs. If I miss one or mangle something, he fixes me, and if he misses one and mangles it, I get to fix him. So. That's how we work. We want everything to run smoothly here on the Beacon Net. This is KE8QKO on the W8WKY repeater 147 Mark 3.0 positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And our next recheck is AI7UG. Take it away, ma'am.
I just wanted to apologize for any unauthorized interference. Repeater phone seems to have lost connection. I think it actually did that mid-transmission, so I lost audio. So I think it did actually remain keyed, and I don't know why it did that. Sometimes it does actually error out, but it's never actually done that mid-transmission before. But I do take unauthorized interference very seriously and apologize for that. AI7UG, back to net control.
It's not a problem, ma'am. I totally understand. Once you really came back and explained what about the network issues you had, that my brain just clicked. I'm like, oh, that's pretty much. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. So, yeah, it's one of those things where technology can help bring us all together, but also technology doesn't always succeed, and that's a part of life. And the more we use it, the more that sort of thing's going to happen. So I appreciate you coming back and taking ownership. But, it happens. All right, next we're going to talk to... All right, so we had a comment earlier that we have all the regions covered, but we have even more than just the regions covered, because we now have VK2DY Robert from Sydney, Australia checking in. How you doing, Robert? And how's life down under?
EchoLink screen there. Yes, good. Afternoon. Yeah, it's 1:02 p.m. here. It's Robert, Victor Kilo 2, Delta Yankee in northwestern Sydney. Well, the spring has broken out here all over. It's pretty amazing. Last week, the temperature was around 15, 16 for a high Celsius. Today, it's 20. When are we at? 26, 27? No, we got 26. Oh, wow. Yeah, it is spring here. That means we were struggling to reach, in Fahrenheit terms, we were struggling to reach 60 last week. Today we're approaching 80. So that's quite a turnaround. It actually sounds better in Fahrenheit. Anyway, other than that, we are 6 weeks away from going back on the daylight savings time, 2 weeks from Father's Day, and definitely, I'm having a bad case of spring fever at this point. I'm just, the things are starting to bloom out there. I checked my pomegranate tree this morning, and it's got leaves growing on it again. And everything is just coming around to spring here. Still got about several weeks, maybe a month, before I can plant anything in my garden because the ground is still too cold. But it is spring. Let's just go with the trends you got there. Bravo and Charlie for the answers. VK2DY, back to now.
All right, thank you, Robert. Glad you started to enjoy the semblance of spring down there. We got answers down for Bravo and Charlie. I'll tell you, you're looking forward to spring. I'm looking forward to fall. Not looking forward to winter, but man, this summer, I'm ready for this summer to end. It's between the heat and the humidity and the busy and the life. This has been a crazy summer. So I want to slow down, get some cooler weather. I want to hibernate like a big old bear, a big old teddy bear. Anyway, thanks for checking in. It's good to hear you. After Robert, we have KF0ADS Matt. Matt, how you doing, Matt? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Thanks, Nick. This is Matt, KF0ADS. I'm in a town called Shakopee, Minnesota, about 30 miles southwest of Minneapolis. It's the tail end of summer here. think fall comes pretty soon, maybe tomorrow. But the fall here in Minnesota is the best 4 to 6 weeks of the year, in my opinion. No humidity, crisp air, nice angle on the sunlight. And then the trees start turning. So once we get in past Labor Day here in the next week or so, we should start to feel it. And it's great. It's a great time. If we're really lucky, it stretches out to 8 or 10 weeks, and we get some really nice weather up until, early November. Best time to go camping because the mosquitoes are all gone pretty much. So, I didn't hear the question, but I'll go with B and C. With that, I'll turn it back over to the net. This is AF0 ADS.
All right, copy that, sir. Got you down for Bravo and Charlie. Yeah, this is the best time to camp, definitely. All right. We got a comment from Kitty at SLG. Apparently, it was time sensitive, and I missed that. But we'll go see what he's got to say. Kitty at SLG, KEQKO. Take it away, Nick.
KEQKO, this is Katie at SLG. Thanks, Nick. I wanted to address Sabra, AI7UG, and she's still connected out there. And just throw this out there generically for everybody else, too. I dropped you twice, Sabra, because you were still keyed up after your transmission was done. I let it go like 8 or 10 seconds, and then I kind of figure out that you were hung up on holding open the repeater. So when that happens, I just drop it so we can keep going and don't have 15, 20, 30, 2 minutes of dead air. And this goes for everybody. There's nothing personal about it, but if that's what it takes to keep things moving, that's what I do. And when that happens, just reconnect and make sure nothing's going sideways. Thanks, Nick. KEQKS, KDSLG, back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right, thank you, Nick. Yeah, I appreciate you doing that. I think we got all that sorted out. Sounds to me, for what everything I've gathered from the whole conversation, I'm not super concerned at the moment, but everything I gathered, it sounded like there were some internet issues. Let's say, for example, you're using EchoLink. We all use EchoLink. You hit a button to PTT, and you hit a button to stop PTTing. If you hit a button to PTT, and then somehow your internet connection hiccups, and EchoLink loses its spot or connection to the repeater, and then you hit the button to stop PTTing, EchoLink no longer knows to stop PTTing, and it will continue because that's the last thing it was told to do. That's from what I gather, what I think probably happened is somehow an app can start transmitting and then doesn't stop transmitting when you expect it to. So I appreciate you stepping in and knocking that out there, Nick. And I also appreciate the challenges the Sabra had faced with and the concerns about erroneous transmitting. So I think we're good to go. I think it was just probably a technical issue that we've successfully resolved here on the BeaconNet through a great coordinated effort amongst everybody involved. All right, so we're back to the bottom of the list. This is KEQKO on the WAWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're ready for more check-ins. If you would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go talk to our net control team. We're going to start with K3MBC Mark. How you doing, Mark? What do you have for the BeaconNet?
Hey, Nick. Hey, everyone. This is K3MBC Mark. Had a couple of fantastic weeks while I was away from the microphone. Had a Had my birthday Saturday before last, turned 65, and my son literally shocked me. I was at work. My wife called and said, "Can I come in? Where are you in the building?" And I told her, and I looked up, and there was my son, 1,500 miles from home, came walking in just to wish me a happy birthday and spent the weekend with us. So that was good. And then last week, it was at a retreat/conference, and learned a lot about the importance of taking rest. And my crew this morning complimented me on how calm I was all day long. So obviously, I got the message, and I'm going to do that. So anyway, trivia answers tonight are B and C. I really wanted to answer D on question number 1, but I just had to go with C. So anyway, K3ABC, back to net control.
All right, thank you, sir. Glad you had some good time there, some good time off, and appreciate you doing the pre-show and the logging. Next, we're going to talk to KJ5 MCV Ryan. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
KAQKO, KJ5MCV had a banger of a weekend. Lots and lots of good things getting done. I'm sore. I feel like I did Shark Tank rounds in the wrestling room yesterday, but I'm going to make it. All is well in my neighborhood. Enjoying the show as usual. Big shout out to everybody that helped make it happen this evening. So, with that, this is KJ5MCV, and I'll send it back to Net Control. Thanks again, brother.
All right, thank you, sir. Hey, did I catch your alternate trivia answer?
KAQKO, KJ5MCV, you did not. I was following suit. I didn't hear Mark answer. So I just kind of hung in there. I thought maybe you just wanted to say hi, buddy. So hi. Nick at night. Put me down for a Delta on the alt trivia. You can never go wrong with a Cornwaldo fam. Thanks again, brother. KJ5MCV, back to Net Control.
All right, thank you, sir. Got your answer down for Delta for the alternate trivia. Let's go talk to Alan, KI5DAY. How you doing, Alan? What do you have for that tonight?
KI5DAY. What do I have for the net tonight? I have spurs that jingle, jingle, jingle as they go riding merrily along. Hi. Shout out to Ryan, man. He's killing it with the with the regular trivia answers. I like it that he's kind of Cornwaldo beamed them up himself there on the regular trivia answers. It's pretty funny stuff. My regular trivia answer is going to be B, although I wanted to pick one of the other ones because they are pretty funny. So good job, Ryan. You're killing it, and it's fun to see. What else is happening? Man, excuse me, hang on. there we go. Sorry, I got a little cough. Yeah. Not much else has happened. It's been a crazy, busy weekend, but I had a good time. And I got to go pick up some more Funyuns. Larry ate them all up, and he drank all my root beer, so we'll have to go get some more of that. KI5DAY, back to Net.
All right, thank you, Alan. Got your answer, your main answer down for Bravo, and it's also great to hear from Larry the Rubber Chicken there. And I like having him checking in with us. Appreciate it. All right, my trivia answers tonight are going to be Bravo and Bravo. Yeah, you know, it's been said. It's a good weekend. Weather was pretty decent except for some rain yesterday, but didn't last too long. Yeah, got to smoke some meat. Got to, I went out. They sold a whole crap ton of Boy Scout popcorn today. My son and I went to Lowe's, spent 4 hours there, sold a whole bunch. That was pretty cool. And then he had to bug up his butt. He's like, "Hey, I sell a whole bunch of popcorn. Let's go sell some more." So he walked around the neighborhood selling a bunch, and it was a bunch, but decent amount. So yeah, it's a pretty good weekend for all of us, and busy, but it's always fun. So good to have that. All right, this is KE8QKO on the WAWKY repeater. We're we're back. We talked to the net control team. So let's do one round. Let's do a round of check-in, see if there's anybody else out there, and see what's going on. So if you want to check into the VConnect, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Whiskey Alpha 1 Delta X-Ray Papa, WA1 DXP, Mark in Northport, Florida.
VE3CBZ, Victor Echo 3, Charlie Bravo Zulu. This is Andrea calling from Canada.
All right, I've got Whiskey Alpha 1 Delta X-Ray Papa, and then I have Victor Echo 3 Charlie Delta Zulu. Is there anyone else who would like to check into the BeaconNet? Please call now. All right, nothing right there. Correction on the last call. I'm not sure if I read it from them. I'm not sure if I have to correct it or not. The last call from Canada was Victor Echo 3 Charlie Bravo Zulu is what I had. I kind of missed the personal on that, but I don't think it matches what's in that logger. So if we can update that, that'd be great. Let's go up to WA1DXP. Mark, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
W8WK.
Yes, WA1DXP. Nothing much. I mean, we've all got the weather channel. It's about 95 degrees down here in Florida, humid. Actually still an extreme drought. Nothing special going on. Just another day. Waiting for our 6.5 days of decent weather that we get once a year, sometime in February. That's about it.
All right, copy that, sir. Yeah, it's 95 degrees, pretty hot down there. And my dad comes up here and visits in the summer because he doesn't want to stay down there. He lives in Tampa, or actually St. Pete. He doesn't want to come down there and be down there in the summertime. So he usually comes up north, kind of hang out anymore. He just left yesterday. Actually, he left this morning, and he's meandering back down to Florida to hopefully get some cooler weather if it cools down a little bit here once he gets back. But yeah, kind of wild down there. Hey, Mark, did you happen to catch our trivia questions or want to answer them?
Yes, I did. I'll go with B and C.
Copy that, sir. We got you down for Bravo and Charlie. Thanks for checking in. Next, we have Victor Echo 3, Charlie Bravo Zulu. Andrea, how you doing? What do you have for the BeaconNet tonight?
Yes, hi, this is Victor Echo 3, Charlie Bravo Zulu. I just wanted to check into this vent. So, I haven't checked into this one before, so this is the first time. And I just wanted to check in. I'm trying to sign. I just wanted, like I said, just to call in. And I think I've checked into 2 other nets in the Alaska node, whatever, before. But I don't think I ever checked into this one. I didn't catch any of the trivia questions. If you had any, I didn't catch any of it, so but to you, and just want to say good evening, I guess, or good night to everybody that's in the internet.
All right, thank you. We got you in there. We'll put you down as a pass on the trivia then tonight. And, yeah, thanks for checking in. Just so you know, this is the Beacon Net. My name is Nick. My call sign is Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar. We meet every Sunday and Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. We're on a repeater for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association here in Doylestown, Ohio. You're probably coming in through the Fireside Network. That's one of the repeater sets that regularly connects into us. But if you ever want to connect directly, we're on Allstar Node 48496, or we're on EchoLink on W8WKY-R. Like I said, the Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. You're welcome to come back. We had some good conversation. We had some trivia, things like that. We're getting pretty close to wrapping up tonight, so you got here towards the end. We're actually probably going to go get some trivia answers after we talk to you. And then, let's see, where am I at here? We also have a sort of a pre-check-in list that starts at 9:30, so we sort of preload our list of check-ins to get through people a little bit faster, and that starts at 9:30. If you would connect to us directly, you're always welcome to get on that list early if you choose to. Yeah, it's a good time. We have a good group of people that come in here and check in, so welcome back anytime. Good to have you. Okay, we're going to go up and get some trivia answers. We're going to start with KJ5 MCV. Ryan, would you read the primary trivia question and answer, please?
KE8QKO, this is KJ5 MCV. Ryan here with the Beacon Net Trivia tonight. The question was, what is the primary purpose of a duplexer in a repeater system? Your choices were alpha, to prevent the repeater from hearing its own transmission and saying, whoa, who said that? Bravo, to allow the transmitter and receiver to share a single antenna while providing sufficient isolation between their frequencies. Charlie, to provide a safe place for excess RF to go when the SWR gets angry. Or Delta, to keep the transmitter from bullying the receiver. All right, you guys guessed it. I'm the king of throwing fast. Softballs, I'll put it. That's what I meant to say, softballs. If you'd like for me to quit doing that, write it down on a piece of paper, throw it away, and we'll get it on the list. Anyways, the duplexer is one of the most important components in conventional repeater because it allows the repeater to transmit and receive simultaneously through a single antenna. The repeater might be transmitting, wait for it, 147.390 megahertz while receiving on 147.990 megahertz, for example. The problem is that the transmitter is putting out a strong RF signal while the receiver is trying to detect extremely weak signals on a nearby frequency. You guessed it. It was Bravo. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you again soon, I'm sure. KJ5MCV. Back to net control.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. I'll tell you what, I was sweating bullets hoping I was going to get that one right. I really second-guessing myself, but I'm glad I made it. Thanks for doing the trivia. Next, we're going to talk to KI5DAY Alan to get the answer for the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
Wow, KI5DAY into that. I think Nick may be onto something there, just Nick. He said that he thinks the original Star Trek music was maybe from a theremin. That may be the case, man. I never thought about that, but I've watched several videos on this thing, and it's completely insane. But anyway, setting that aside, that's just funny. Tonight's question was, if someone said to you, hey, I was wondering if I could borrow your theremin, which one of these things would they be asking for? Well, believe it or not, it is not a common medicine used in the 50s and 60s for flu-like symptoms. It was actually an instrument that you play without touching it. I did put a link in the blue screen for just a little short video on there, but man, you can go on YouTube and type in the word theremin spelled like I got it in the trivia, and it's a very insane instrument. It's really amazing what people can do with them that actually know how to play them. Let me let this drop, and I'll explain a little bit more about that. Okay, the theremin, originally called a thereminvox or Minivox, was invented in 1922 by a Russian physicist. I won't even try to pronounce his name. It works without, it's controlled without touching the instrument. It has two metal antennas. One controls pitch, and the other one controls volume. Each antenna forms a capacitor with the performer's hand sensing its position to actually modulate oscillators. So moving the hand closer or further from the pitch antenna actually changes the frequency, while the volume antenna adjusts your amplitude. This results in electrical signals that are amplified and sent out to a loudspeaker. And you can even do, if you're skilled, you can make vibrato, glissando, and other musical terms using the theremin. Let me let this drop. Now, I don't know if this part is true, but since the theremin is very similar to how radios work, I'm assuming that if you put aluminum foil, from what I've heard, on the tips of all your fingers while you play the theremin, you can tune in 80 meters. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. I got that one wrong, but you know what? Now that I've learned about the theremin, I'm guessing my wife would be very good at playing it. Anyway, thanks for doing the trivia, alternate trivia. I appreciate it. This is KE8QKO on the WWKY repeater 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL total of 114 Mark 8. And we're going to do one more round, and I say again, one more round of check-ins or rechecks to the beacon net. So if you would like to check in or recheck the beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
AI7UG recheck.
W8WKY.
88 PC recheck.
All right, I've got two rechecks. AI7UG, take it away.
Yes, I didn't want to draw more attention, but since you were all talking about it again, I wanted, in case anyone needed it for the log, the issues with my station had occurred between 757 Mountain and 801 Mountain. I do have the connection times and all of that. My station should have only accidentally keyed up the repeater once, though, so if the node, if something else was keying up the repeater, I'm not sure, but I did get, I actually disconnected as quickly as possible, and I did get a few more errors, but AI7UG back to net control.
All right, thank you, ma'am. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't care. I appreciate you coming back, and I understand things happen. The comments were made. I'm not going to worry about them. As far as things go, I am the NCO, and that's kind of what I said earlier. So I appreciate you coming back, and I really do. So I'm not trying to just be like kind of blow it away, but ultimately, these sorts of things happen. I fully appreciate your responsibility and everything, but yeah, sometimes mistakes are made. I've made plenty of mistakes on the radio, and yeah, that's just how it goes. So I do appreciate you coming back. I appreciate the recheck, but as far as I'm concerned, the issue is fully resolved, and there are no concerns on my end about anything. So anyway, that's my 2 cents. So I appreciate that. That's where I'm going to leave it. Let's go talk to KDDPC.
Hi, Nick. KEQKO, KD8EPC. I was just wondering if I could have the pleasure of putting a nail in the coffin and shutting this thing down.
All right, Dustin, you know what? I'll let you close her out if you want to. I was just about to do that after your recheck, so Yeah, I'll pass it off to KD8EPC, and I'll let Dustin close down the net. And I guess give us a big old a birthday, good old big oh man, I can't talk. A big old Dustin birthday closeout. Take it away, Dustin.
All right, thanks so much there, Nick. And on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, and the BeaconNet crew, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. Allstar Node 48496 and EchoLink W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the Barometer Net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday here on the W8WKY repeater. Don't forget to visit our friends over on the N5XQK Memorial Board and Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time. That's on Allstar Node 49562 and EchoLink N5XQK-R. They'll go a couple hours, switch net controls at the top of the hour, and welcome rechecks. With that, you've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is KD8EPC returning the repeater to normal air and choose at this time, and I will be clear. 73, y'all.
Happy birthday to you, Dustin. Have a wonderful week that's coming. It's good to hear you, Dustin.
Hey, Dustin, you can do better than that. 42 seconds is a little too slow.
You know, I'm to stop in the middle of that one and take a breath.
I was just about to say his disclaimer skills are peerless. K8LYJ.
Happy birthday, D. KF8GGM.
Merry Christmas. That's from Betty. And KD8SLG. Happy birthday, Dustin.
Maranatha, Nick.
Happy birthday, Dustin, NAWB. And if you had to take a breath, it's because you're getting older.
I'll be weird and mix them up. Merry birthday. That sounds dumb, doesn't it? KC8YKP.
How about have a holly jolly birthday? K8LYJ.
Y'all got me laughing so hard I can't breathe. I thought I quit having that problem when I quit smoking high. Thanks, everybody. 73. KD8EPC is clear listening out.
KD8EPC, this is KI5TAQ. Have a very merry birthday. This is KI5TAQ. I'm out.
Any Whiskey Bravo. Whiskey Victor, 3 kilo.
Whiskey Victor 3 kilo. Phil, how are you? I saw your text message.
Okay, just let me know. You're more than welcome, and I'll help you with it as best as I can.
Not a problem. I just got to find a 25-foot truck to take that 25-foot ladder home with.
It's 25 feet when extended, and I think that should work. I think pretty okay for you in your situation.
What size is it when it's not extended?
Down to about 12 feet long.
Yeah, that's manageable. Cool. All right, cool. Yeah, I'll talk to my brother. He's got a pickup truck, so I'll let you know.
Okay, anytime you want to, you're welcome to go grab it. And if you want me here to help you with it, well, I'll be glad to stick around.
All right, I appreciate it. Thanks, my friend.
Most welcome, most welcome. N8 Whiskey Bravo, WB3K, and I am clear. You have a great night and many blessings to you. QRT, WB3K, QRT.
WB, N8WB. Appreciate it, my friend. Have a great evening. 73.
I heard somewhere that someone did Morse code, like 100 words or something real short. I can't recall. I just heard it within the last week. It was something on one of the nets when I was listening. It was like insane. KCFQV.
W8WKY.
KC8YKP.
VE3CBZ. Victor Echo 3,
W8WKY repeater PL1 14.8.
Victor Echo 3, Charlie Bravo Zulu. Victor Echo 3, Charlie Bravo Zulu.
W8WK.